أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
أيوة، إن كل نفس لما عليها حافظ فلينظر الإنسان مما خلق. Welcome لما. Welcome عائشة. السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. Where's يسرى? Where's يمنى? أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على أسعد الأنبياء وأشرف المرسلين نبينا محمد صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. وارض اللهم عن الخلفاء الراشدين المهديين أبي بكر وعمر وعثمان وعلي وعن سائر أصحابه أجمعين. فسبحانك اللهم لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. ربي اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. ربنا وسعت كل شيء رحمة وعلما فاغفر للذين تابوا واتبعوا سبيلك وقنا عذاب الجحيم ربنا. Welcome back to our program Mastering Hifdh, the way to solidify your own Hifdh in a way that at any given moment you're ready to move with your Hifdh and with your Quran, just like a night rider and just like a firefighter. Always he has his book next to him in case fire somewhere. He can navigate like Lincoln and he can jump like Hammonberg and then get whatever is needed done. So welcome to our Mastering Hifdh. If you don't mind, you can come a little closer. Look closer. Look closer. We're gonna have some nice right now. إن كل نفس لما عليها حافظ. عائشة وفاطمة. يا فاطمة. Do we say يا فاطمة or يا فاطمة يا عمار? Which one? Fatima too. So Fatima is not gonna be right. Or Fatima T. See a Fatima too? Yeah, Fatima too. How should we call it? Fatima to Fatima or Fatima T? Which one? Any? Aywa. Ammar, you get it straight. Say yeah, Fatima too. Open is good for you, infinite hope for you. You remember I promised you that? Okay, good. So inshallah, this is what we're gonna do. Bi'idhnillahi tabaraka wa ta'ala. Now today, if you remember yesterday, Bismillah. Yesterday, if you remember, I wrote something on the board from 1 all the way to 6. You remember that, right? When we talked about the transition of getting whatever is mahfuz. Whatever is memorized, concrete. So we started with 1, we ended up in 6. Who can tell me the first? Ammar. Ahsanta, ahsanallahu ilayk. Can tell me the second one? Your name again? Abdul Mu'izzi. Kalam Azim. أيوة Sheikh Abdul Mu'izz. Itqan. MashaAllah, tabaraka wa ta'ala. Number 3 is what? Who remembers the third? Did you write it yesterday? Have you written yesterday? Lama. أيوة Aisha. كلام عظيم. ما كلام عظيم أوي. معرفة القراءة. When I say عظيم means excellent. That's great. Huh? Okay, and what number 4? Salam rahmatullah wa barakatuh. How you doing? You look like you just finished eating. You didn't get me samosa. Just finished eating, right? You didn't bring me some. You're gonna bring me some next time? Promise? Give me mine, okay? Yeah, let me. Number 4 was what? Aisha. Lama. What was it again? علم الرسم. That's what you were trying to say, right? Yeah. Okay, 5. What's the book? What's the pen? Allahu Akbar. You see, he was full, right? Get it full and he didn't bring a book and pen. And make sure you bring book and pen, okay? Inshallah. What's the name again? Arab. Good. Who remembers this 5th one? Adbu. علم عد الآي, right? علم عد الآي. Remember all this? That was great. It's great. So this is what we wrote yesterday. And we talked about a lot of things yesterday. Who can tell me some things that we covered yesterday? أيوة السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. يا هلا بحمزة الأصغر. I thought you were feeding your eyes. أيوة. Why was it? Very good. We talked about the long-term memory and the short-term memory. What else, Aisha? Allahu Akbar. We also talked about the azim. Azim. Azim is what? Great. Excellent. That was good. So we talked about that as well yesterday. Aywa ya Sheikh Ammar. Ya salam, ya salam. You know, just make sure, inshallah, you get your jilbab together and get your kufi. Your masjid is ready waiting for your Ammar. Okay? That was good. Yesterday we also talked about what Ammar just mentioned. And what else? Imam al-Khaqani, right? The first Imam ever. The first author of Tajweed is Imam Abu Muzahim al-Khaqani. Right? Who can tell me when he passed away? Who remembers? Aywa Sheikh Ammar.
The year 325.
Kalam Azim. 325. Jameel. And what else did we talk about? Lama alayha hafidhun. Ya Bismillah, MashaAllah. We also talked about that. Because you cannot have Quran and you don't have some, balance, and you have no, knowledge of hadith along with it, because they move together. It's like you want to get them nice cornbread, you need to put some yeast in it, and you need to get some, Louisiana hot sauce around it, and spread it so that you can get it what? MashaAllah, nice. So when you get your Quran, you also get, some hadith along with it. And what else did we talk about yesterday? That was it. Ayyu.
So like if you know the Arabic language, then it helps you like find out how to stop.
Bismillah, mashallah. You see the point? That's a good point also. You see, once you know the Arabic and you get confused, how to read this, because sometimes it's gonna happen, regardless of how strong your memory is. Maybe because sometimes what happens is that sometimes you will be reciting the Quran, right? And then once you start getting excited, you feeling it, and now the Quran is running through your system, and now you're loving what you recited. What happens is that sometimes your mind, it's not exactly based on the words that you recited. So sometimes you just see yourself, oh, hold on a minute, how did I recite this? So you forget whether it's Fatha, Kasra, Dhamma. Now what governs this and what will help you to get what you have to say is your Arabic language. That's why down in the road, we will need that also as we move forward. Now, alhamdulillah.
We talked about how it's better to be considered a hafiz and not as a scholar.
Allahu Akbar. That's another good point. Another nice, valid point that we here, sitting here, the point of us being here, it doesn't have to be like large crowd. If you that sitting here, you get it 100% and you run it through North Carolina, that's all what we want. So it's good and better to be considered as a hafidh in the sight of ulama, scholars, for them to know that yes, this man is a hafidh. Yes, this girl is a hafidha. Yes, this man is a hafidh. Yes, she is a hafidha in the sight of scholars. Then being hafidh in the sight of people, outside. Because laymen, they just, whether they know it or not, they, mashallah, hafidh. That's not what we want. We want to be regarded as Hafidh at any given moment. Right now, if you talk about Imam Hafs, everybody will say to you, Hafsun Sahib al-Itqan. See? Hafsun Sahib al-Itqan. Sahib means, possessor of something or owner of something. So owner of Itqan means someone who possesses what? Itqan. Perfection in his recitation. That's all what we need. So at any time, those outside this circle, our circle, those who are not part of this circle will know that yes, these are the genius of Hifdh among us. So that's how we want it to go. Now, Aisha?
We need to know the difference between if we were to stop in certain places.
Exactly. You see, what happens is that sometimes when people just read it and stop in at any time, like let's say they're reading, maybe they don't have extra, for them to breathe through the recitation, so they just stop, wherever they decide to stop. It doesn't have to be like that. And also sometimes if you run, and you cannot breathe, along with the rest of the ayat, they say where to stop, and they say where to stop. The Hafidh, you need to know all that. Okay? You need to know all this kind of situational things. What else did we talk about? You know the reason why I'm asking? Because I can continue to give you over a lot of things, but if you want to, nail down your memory and you want it to be strong, you have to make sure what you took before is well grounded and you understood it pretty well and it's in your head. No way for it to escape. There's something that Allah blessed, crocodile. This animal crocodile is very, very, I told you about that, right? You remember the first minute when we were having halal food over there, having some mashallah that day? I still cannot forget that food because that was not only delicious, it was delicious. Allah Allah. You see, I told them that day that there's something that is called cerebral cortex. It's in the brain of crocodile that allows crocodile to calculate, think, and also what? Put the dots together and be able to determine. So crocodile can come sit, whether outside or in the water for a very long period of time, just seeing the movement and being able to determine what time this person passes here or this animal comes here usually. So crocodile can determine all that. Why? Because through that, this is the documentary that they did and also some experiment that they came up with concerning this animal. So if this is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed animal with, and he said we are way above them, وَلَقَدْ كَرَّمْنَا بَنِي Adam. We're above all of them. So we're the best. So if animal can get it, how about human being? So we want to be able to adapt, memorize, get it there without forgetting. Okay? Inshallah. So this is what we talked about yesterday. So now what we're going to do is, I did, my part. I'm going to ask you some. Now let me ask you this. If a person is taken to the hospital as a patient, and that person is admitted because he or she is sick, regardless of how intelligent and how smart and wise the doctor is, if the person does not tell the doctor what is wrong with him, is there any possibility of getting the medicine prescribed by the doctor to him? Is that possible? The patient is not talking, the patient did not say anything, or the doctor asked the patient what's wrong, and the patient said, you know what, I don't know. What's wrong? If you're sick or something wrong, you have to be able to tell what's wrong with you, right? Because the doctor cannot determine for you. You have to tell the doctor. Because if you tell the opposite, let's say maybe you have a headache, and you tell the doctor it's actually stomach problem. Now if you give the medicine for your stomach, can you get healed? Will you get healed? Why is that? Because you did not tell the doctor exactly what's wrong with you. So now what we're going to do, I'm going to sit down right here. I talked to you for the whole day yesterday. You're going to talk to me today. Abdul Akbar. Asghar. Sheikh Abul Izz. One of the toughest imams in our deen from Hanafi Madhab is Imam Ibn Abul Izz. So you're going to be our Abul Izz, inshallah. Mashi? Alhamdulillah. Okay, so now you're going to talk to me. That's why I asked you to get a little closer. You ready? MashaAllah. So now I'm going to ask you the question. I talked to you very long and I put on the board what we're going to do yesterday and you copied it. And Alhamdulillah, I'm so glad that you were able to remember and you also have it written. And always you have to make sure as a student of knowledge, not only when you learn in Quran, not only when you see in Islamic studies, not only wherever you are, even in the classroom, even you go to college tomorrow, even in university tomorrow, make sure whenever you sit down to listen to somebody, have some next to you to write. Sometimes you overlook this kind of stuff. You may, need them someday. Okay? Inshallah, so that's good. Inshallah, ta'ala. So you try your best next time you get something to write. So now I told you what we're planning to do, right? And what we're trying to achieve. And our goal, and how I want your brain to be, and how I want you to be able to remember exactly what you memorized. So now you talk to me. I'm going to ask you this. What is the biggest obstacles in front of you that is preventing you from getting your memorization pretty well? And sometimes the surah that you think they're difficult, why do you think they are difficult? Who will answer me? Ya Sheikh Ammar, I told you. If you don't see Ammar here, that means he's in his masjid.
The way that the person memorizes.
Okay, the way the person memorizes. That was good. So now you tell me, because I can be able to tell you maybe sometimes when I was memorizing Quran, maybe this surah was difficult because I did not memorize it well. So whenever I'm reviewing or I'm trying to review, it's kind of difficult. So how can I get that fixed and how can I get this problem? How can I solve it? How can I do? So this is what I want you all to tell me so that I will be able to know, because inshallah next time, by the time I come, I'm going to lay down a foundation that I will let you know what we're going to do. And from this time to, let's say, after Ramadan, or from now till the end of the year, what we will be able to achieve and the benefit that we're going to get out of all these. So I want to hear from you so that I will know exactly, the amount of ayat or surah, or sometimes the challenges that you, facing in terms of Quran. Because if I ask you maybe right now, certain things, maybe, I'm just saying, maybe somebody may say, I need time to review, just like I told you yesterday, or something to that nature. So I want you to tell me, how you view your own memorization and the amount of, percentage that you may think, at least I know I've memorized Quran, but I still need, some amount of time to review from here to here or something like that. I'm sitting here, I'm representing, I'm like your doctor. I have to know what's going on with you so that I will be able to put the right thing for you, and also to be able to tell you that if that's the case, from this time to this time, we're going to cover this. From this time to this time, we're going to cover this. Because we have a lot of things to talk about. Talk about things that maybe is too, it's above your level or it's too low. So I don't want to go too much, I don't want to come down. I don't be in the middle, moving. Okay? So who will go? Aisha. You don't know? Okay, think about it. I still think about it. Sheikh Ammar, think about it. Al-Akbar, think about it. In kullu nafsin lama, think about it. Okay, let's see what Ibn will say. Fatima, Al-Zahra. You know who Zahra was? The daughter of Prophet ﷺ. She is called Fatima Al-Zahra, the well-respected and, admired woman in the history. So they call her Zahra. So you Fatima to Zahra. If I say Zahra, that means I'm talking to you. Mashi kida, aywa. Still thinking about it? about it? Hey, Abash, still thinking about it? Okay, think about it. I'll give you 5 minutes. Talk among yourself if you want. You know, do like, what do you call it? You know, I don't know what's family. So they have some they call family feud or some. How do you call it? What's the name of that?
Family feud.
Family feud.
Yeah.
Or family feud. You see, talk about yourself and then get the best. Yeah, talk among yourself. Whatever you want, or maybe if you have something, just make sure, because I want to be able to know exactly what is going on, which your memorization that will make us move forward. Okay, Yalla. You ready? Sheikh Abil Izz.
Yeah.
Are you?
I can say that.
Okay, go ahead.
It's like me, maybe 85%.
You can give yourself 85%. What do you think, now that you have like at least 85%, right? Let's say 15%, what do you think is the cost that is not really solidified and it's not nailed down? Maybe we did not get enough time to memorize it, or we did it a little bit faster than normal, or the surah, the chapters were difficult, or what was the cause? I want y'all to be honest to me. If you're not honest to me, I cannot help you. You get that? I'm here to help you. Huh? I'm here to help you. Even you're hungry, I'm here to help you. I jump, go get you some. I already know his favorite now. Subway. Huh? So you have to, like right now, I don't know his favorite, right? I didn't know that Subway is his, mashallah. And then I just jumped to Taco Bell. Spent like maybe 30, like let's say, $30, and I get some nice stuff. I gave it to him. You're gonna say, nah, I didn't like it. See, because I didn't ask him, and he did not tell me his favorite. So I'm gonna go get some else, and then keep on giving, so that I may think I'm pleasing him or make him feel good, but I'm not. I'm off the point because I didn't. So I want you to tell me. That's when I would put a program for you that will help you get the rest good. Okay? And I told you yesterday. Who did I tell yesterday? Or I told one of you yesterday. I'm not used to saying I'm shy. There ain't no shyness here. Okay? Talk to me. Okay? Ayo, Sheikh Ammar. Continue thinking. Ayo, ya Zahrawi. Still thinking? In kullu nafsi. Lack of reviewing those surah. That's another good point. See? That's what I'm talking about. Rashid, I was there. Okay. Are you? So now I get in kullu nafs and I get to a point.
Maybe we could go around and each person could say one challenge that they face.
Put them on the spot, yeah.
They have,
Let me put you on. I don't want to screw you up. That's why I gave you the chance. Feel free, feel good. Stretch out, think about it. Make sure you navigate through your memories and then tell me. Or you may ask you. Go ahead. I want them to feel released. They're gonna talk anyway, right? You're gonna say it. So just maybe as this person, she just finished now. I get some from her. Are you? You get yours? Not yet. Not yet. Are you also still thinking?
I think the problem for me is from Surah Al-Ma'idah to
Yunus. Something on the board, you're not going to understand what I'm doing. You see, I put something after that. It represents some, but that's my secret. I give you that secret when we get there. Okay? Yeah. Aisha, still thinking? Okay. Zahrawi, still thinking? You have some few surahs that are difficult. Like what am I? So which one are you memorizing right now? That's what. أيوة. جه. أيوة يا شيخ دكتور. أيوة. Practice with few surahs like what? Surah al- Surah al- أيوة. Finish thinking?
Yes.
أيوة يا شيخ I get that. Please have to use it right. Ankabut too. Take. أيوة. أيوة عائشة أم المؤمنين. Memorize them really fast and hard. أيوة أم المؤمنين عائشة. Like what? أيوة الأكبر. Ready?
Yeah.
And
Isa to Yunus and Ayyub.
Ibrahim. Yeah. Go ahead. كلام عظيم. أيوة.
I'm stuck on Surah Al-Fal to Yusuf and
سورة الأنفال. Everybody up top. زهراوي. أيوة كل الناس هم المؤمنين عائشة. Okay, that's good. So now that you've mentioned the surah chapters that for some reason they're kind of difficult. Now, I would tell me from Nisa to Yusuf, what do you think be difficult? What do you think about those chapters? They're giving you problem because you memorize them really fast, but for very long you did not review them. Which one?
Very long.
Very long. That's a lot. What happened? From Uqud to Yunus. Very long you did not review or you memorized them really fast.
I think it's more of like the long
Or is long gap? Okay, what happened to in kullu nafsin? Oh, she already mentioned. So can you tell me the sword that you think you really got them really strong? Or the ones that you did not get strong? The reason why I'm asking you, and I'm asking all of you to talk and let me know, if you had memorized something, but for a very long time you did not read it, but at the time you were memorizing, you did memorize them well. The problem is that you did not review. That's why you're finding some difficulties in them. If that's the case, it's different from not memorizing it well at the beginning. And that's the reason why you don't get them well. So I have to know which one is it so that I can determine how to move forward. Get that? So let's say somebody, you have 1 and 2. This one, he has problem from Surah to Yunus to Surah Fussilat. And number 2 has the same problem. Except, the reason why number 1 has the problem, because he did not memorize from Yunus to Fussilat well. The reason why number 2 has problem from Yunus to Fussilat, because for a very long time he or she did not review. The plan to get this back is different from the plan to get this one back. You get it? Understood what I meant? Now, So if somebody did not review for a very long time, that's why he forgot this word. But you have somebody else, he had them memorized well, but for a very long time he did not review. So that's why he ended up forgetting those ayat. So that's why if that's the case, we're going to have different approach. We're going to have different approach. Okay, in kullu nafsin, you get those word? Yusuf, Surah Al-Asr. That's it. Only Yusuf. Yusuf. Good. But Surah Yusuf is sweet. I don't know why you are forgetting Yusuf. Yusuf is sweet. That's like animals and barbecue sauce in it. Huh? Surah Yusuf is sweet. And Surah Yunus, sweet. It's nice. You see, so we have to find a way to get all this. By the time I come next month, inshallah, ta'ala, I'm going to put together a plan that we will follow. And the plan is not going to be only when I'm here. I'm going to give you a copy, give your parents a copy. They're going to follow, with you during the week. And inshallah, ta'ala, by the time you see me here, we get them, inshallah, straight. That may take us some, weeks to cover all. Okay? But what I want us to do is that we're going to set up a plan. So we're all going to follow that plan. I'm going to design a schedule for you. It's not going to be like since, I have issue from Hajj to Nas, I have issue from Hajj to Surah Al-Ahqaf, or from here to here, so let me focus over there. No, Quran is Quran all together. The way Allah put Quran, I will tell you this. You see, like al-Mu'mineen Aisha, she says something here that the last one she memorized is Yunus and Hud. And the last ayat, I have a student actually in Jersey. Now he's memorizing Hud. And once he's finished with Hud, he's done. You see, I have a student in Jersey, he's now memorizing Surah Hud. By the time he finishes Hud, he's done. Meaning the whole Quran. You see, but I get there late. When we start reviewing, or tomorrow when you start to teach, make sure you don't allow any of your students to skip a surah. Make sure you don't skip a surah. Shamar, when you have your masjid built, make sure you don't allow your students to move from surah to surah, jump from here and jump like they from Buffalo, Idaho, from Idaho go to, Philly, from Philly they go to Minnesota, from Minnesota they go to Sacramento, from there no, we're not going to be maneuvering like that. You make sure you start solid. Get that? Huh? So tomorrow when you begin to teach, you make sure you follow this code. Don't allow them to skip. Don't allow your student to skip. If you skip something, Aisha, it's going to be difficult. Do you know how the brain works? Tell me what. The way Allah put Quran, the way Sahaba memorized the Quran from Prophet ﷺ, it's kind of different from the way we memorize it today. Why? Because during their time, Quran did not come down all at once. Today this ayah will come in Surah Al-Alaq. Tomorrow another ayah will come in Surah Al-Muddathir. Thereafter in Surah Al-Muzammil. After that you see a surah is being revealed in Surah Al-An'am. So they did not have the whole Quran. So that's why they memorized from place to place, from different surah, because Quran was not completed at the time. But in our case, Quran is already complete. Right or wrong? Quran is already completed, right? Or we're still waiting for another Quran to come? You're still waiting for some chapters to come? That's the whole Quran that we have. Right? So here the case is, when you start memorizing, you make sure you keep the what? The record going up. I'll give you an example here. I will give you an example. When you start from Surah Al-Nas, coming up, where is the first place from Surah Al-Nas coming up? Where is the first place or ayah where Allah mentioned Prophet Musa? Shaykh Ammar. He said Surah Al-Qasas. Allahu Akbar. Shaykh Ammar. You're the man. Allahu Akbar. That was great. Ayah. Surah Al-A'la. That's the first place, the first ayah in Surah Al-A'la. The last ayah, that's where the name Musa came, right? Is that right? Shaykh Ammar? You agree? Okay, good. That's the first place, right? Zahra'u. That's the first place. In Kullu Nafsin. That's the first place. Al-Mu'minin Aisha. That's the first place. Maybe from that's coming up. First place where Musa came. The word Musa or the name of Prophet Musa came. The first place is Surah Al-A'la. Right? But Allah said, Suhufi Ibrahima wa Musa. If that was Imam Hamza, how will he read Musa? Allahu Akbar. See Imam Hamza, that's Imam Hamza here. How will he read it? Aywa, that kalam ba. They're going to be the Hamza of Ra'y. Okay? Inshallah, tabarak wa ta'ala. You see, so that's the first place where the name of Prophet Musa alayhi salatu wasalam came in Quran. Allah did not mention him in the next surah. Allah did not mention him in Surah Al-Tariq. He did not mention him in Surah Al-Buruj. He did not mention him in Surah Al-Tatfif. He did not mention him in Surah Al-Infitar. Tatfif is Surah Al-Mutaffifin. So what's that? Surah Al-Tatfif is called Surah what? Surah Al-Mutaffifin is Tatfif. Tatfif is Mutaffifin. You see, he did not mention him in Surah Al-Tatfif. He did not mention him in Surah إِذَا السَّمَاءُ انْفَطَرَتْ. He did not mention him in Shaqqat. He did not mention him in Surah Al-Takwir. He didn't mention him in Abasa wa Tawalla. He did not mention him in none of this. The next place or surah where Allah mentioned Musa is Surah Al-Nazi'at. Then he said, هَلْ أَتَاكَ حَدِيثُ مُوسَى إذ ناداه ربه بالوادي المقدس طوى إذا ولا فرعون أن تغفر له He mentioned it in how many ayat? In 12 to 13 ayat. Aywa? In how many ayat? Roughly 12, 13 ayat. But in Surah Al-A'la, how many times did he mention him? So now it's like Quran is telling you, here the Musa that Allah just mentioned, if you want to know who Musa is, this is Musa. هل أتاك حديث موسى إذ ناداه ربه بالوادي المقدس طوى. So now you start to build up your memory. Musa is not going to come again until Surah Al-Dhariyat. Then he's going to build up your memory again. It's not going to come again until Surah Al-Safat. Now we build again. So whenever you move up, you see now the story is being what? Added. And explanation and more information is given. So that's how Quran moves. So now if a person starts memorizing Quran, from Surah Al-Layl he jumps to Surah Al-Safat and all of a sudden, boom, Musa started coming. You're going to get confused. Because he did not take it what? Step by step. What's going to happen if it's really cold? I know here it's not really that cold. But if it's really, really like in very cold weather, like let's say maybe below 2 degrees, like in Jersey 2 weeks ago, right? You sit in the car, you start your car, you open your mouth, it looks like you like the grandson of Bob Marley. You see what I'm talking about? You don't know Bob Marley, that's good. You see? Because you see, it is like smoke is coming out of your mouth. So right now, if you turn the car and you start hitting the gas really, and you're trying to move the car, what's going to happen? What's going to happen to the car? Yeah, I know, you don't know, things about car because you're not, driving yet. If you do it, if you just start it and you start moving it, you're going to break the engine will break there. Because it's very what? So you have to let it what? Warm up until everything, like all the oil, they start moving in before you can move it forward. So what happens is that if you start memorizing and then you jump, it's like you're trying to blow your memory. You're not consistent in your what? Memorization. So we have to make sure Next time, since we already done, we finished memorizing. Next time when you teach, inshallah, make sure you start from the beginning coming up. Don't jump. Al-Mu'minin Aisha. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna start reviewing fresh, so that our memorization will be fresh, like strawberry from food line. يا شيخ أبو العز إن شاء الله. أيوة كل نفس. You ready? You ready to review? Not today, not right now. I didn't say right now we're going to review the whole Quran. Then you are going to run away and leave me alone. I'm not saying right now. I'm just saying, inshallah, we're going to move like that so that we can get our Quran review. I want it to be in your what? In your heart. The chest can review. Give me any ayah. Say any ayah. Any ayah in the Quran. وداود وسليمان إذ يحكمان في الحرث. Where can we find it? In Surah Al-Anbiya. Can you tell me the page where we can find it? Who can tell me the page where we can find it at? Can you tell me the ayah? Go ahead. That's the page number? No, the page number. Not the top of the page. Go tell me. 426. Wow, you jump really high. Page 400 started from Surah Al-Ankabut. That's where page 400 will comes. So we did not even get in 400 yet. ولما جاءت رسلنا إبراهيم بالبشرى قالوا إنا مهلكوا أهل هذه القرية إن أهلها كانوا ظالمين قال إن فيها لوطا قالوا نحن من الجنة. That's where page 400 started. Okay, who can give me some? Who can try? Just try. 320. Now you much closer. You much closer. Who can give me some? 346. 346 is in Surah Al-Mu'minun. وَيَعِظُهُ يَا بُنَيِّ لَا تُشْرِكْ بِاللَّهِ إن الشرك لظلم عظيم ووصينا الإنسان بوالديه ووصينا الإنسان بوالديه Huh? What did he say? I didn't forget it. I'm not reading it the same. Wassalam. I kept on changing the recitation. You didn't pay attention? At the beginning I said, وَوَصَّيْنَا الْإِنسَانَ بِوَالِدَيْهِ وَوَصَّيْنَا الْإِنسَانَ بِوَالِدَيْهِ وَوَصَّيْنَا الْإِنسَانَ. I kept on switching it back and forth. Zahra'u. You're not paying attention. You want coffee? You want me right now to go get you the coffee so we warm up? Anyway, so 417, the page number, you cannot close. It's going to be even number. 418. Cannot close.
416?
Huh? 4 what?
420?
Who can try?
406.
You really read this time, you really get it well, around, in 400s. Hey. 444. Jump low.
432. 404.
120. Ayun. Who can try?
427.
No.
424.
No. Alhamdulillah Akbar. 420. That's Surah Al-Ahzab, you're going too far. 426, even Ahzab, you're going too far. Nah, you're still in Ahzab.
400. 402.
4 now, you're in Surah Al-Rum.
410.
You jump again. Now you're getting into Surah. Now you're getting closer to the spot.
408.
4:8. You back up, you back flip.
409.
Now you're much closer.
414.
410. 410. Somebody say 410.
416.
Come down a little bit.
412.
Come up a little bit.
414.
Come down a little bit.
413.
Back flip a little bit.
412. 412.
Okay, tell. Huh? Anyway. You see? Now, what comes to the mind right away is that Surah Al-Sajdah, right? Started on page 450. So how many pages from where she just recited, right? How many verses, or how many pages will take us to Surah Al-Sajdah? From where she just recited. With قال لقمان لابنه. So you can see that's the page. Flip it up, and then this, and then that will take us to 450. So it's just like you're calculating stuff so that you can get it together. So sometimes you don't have to know the exact page number, but there's a calculation to do. And you're just going to come right away like that. So if you determine the page right away, you see where it's called, what's the ayah that you recited again? وَإِذْ قَالَ لُقْمَانُ لِابْنِهِ. So right away, you will be able to know the page number. Right away, you will be able to know the number of the ayah. Right away, you also remember the page, the chapter, the number of the chapter. So right away, you will be able to tell me that actually that is chapter 31, page 412, ayah 12. Right away, it's going to come like that. Is that it? Aye. That's how I want you all to be. Moving just like the brain is like vibrate. You're getting it all the time. So when you sit in the classroom, even Leonardo da Vinci next to you, even Isaac Newton next to you, even Einstein next to you, they know that I get there some genius sitting next to me. That's the man. That's what we want. Huh? Even if they come back, they know that, yes, this guy is really Hifdh. I think I'm scientist. I think maybe like I'm genius, but this man next to me is the really genius. You see what I'm saying? So that's what we want. So at any given moment, not only when it comes to Islamic studies, not only when it comes to Quran, even when it comes to whatever the sciences that we're learning when we're in school, in college, in high school, when it comes to that, your memory and your brain is sharp. That's what we want. So because of this, I'm going to start with you coming up, inshaAllah wa tabaraka wa ta'ala, from next month. But I want to...
This month. Later this March.
Are we already in March?
Yeah.
Oh, this month. Usually I come the last week, so I think we're still in February. So in March, right? Okay, so I apologize, this month. Okay? So when I come, inshallah, what I want you all to do for me, is the following. And that's why we gave you, enough time. So that we can sit, and I want all of you to read to me. And as we read and moving forward, I will show you the benefit and the beauty of what you're reading to me. And for you to understand what you're reading, you're going to be like, wow, I didn't know that's how Quran is. Why, if that's the case, man, let me get it, let me delve in it, let me jump it, let me hug it, let me embrace it, let me internalize it, let me dissect it, and let me decipher it. Allahu Akbar. Y'all ready? 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 You ready? You ready? You ready? Is you ready? He said yes, even though he's gone. So that's what we're going to do. So what I want you all to do for me next time, this month, inshallah, at the end when I come, I want you all to pull for me from ayah 1 of chapter 2, the Surah Al-Baqarah, right? To ayah 74. Open page 11 to tell me what that is. You already memorized it. Like review it. Okay, so what surah are you memorizing then? What surah? Nahl? Last page of Isra. How about Fatima? Zahra? You finished, right? Not yet? Okay, tell me what that is. No, I wrote 7. Yeah, which one is that? Okay, so that's what we're going to do. Okay, let me show you where you will start. you know the reason why I wrote 74? You know the reason why? Okay. You know why I wrote 74? I asked her to open for me page 11, verse 74, because this will be considered as the first case. Okay? You ready? Okay? So this is what we're going to do. And inshallah, by the time I come, inshallah, at the end of this month, inshallah, I want you to, because I will listen from all of you. And by the way, if you can please let whoever wants in the community to join, because once we start, we're not going to add. Once we start, we cannot add students, so that I can focus on them. Because if we bring somebody, it's like it's going to pull us back again. So we announce to the community, the Hifdh that want to join us, the Hafidh that wants to join us, this month is the time. So once we start, I'm not going to add so that we can focus and finish on the same time, because once we start the timetable, we're going to run this way. So we don't want somebody to come and then I have to, give, extra time, and that's going to be like. So this is what we're going to do. By the time we come next time, the story that Allah mentioned between 1 to 74, you're going to know it. And I will teach you, how to get the page from here to here, and how you will be able to get it. Each page by the time we get this. But you see, what I'm telling you is extra. The most important is to be able to read the ayah without mistakes. But if you read the ayah and you are making a lot of mistakes, this extra stuff will be, valueless. It will carry no value. Okay? So this is what I want you all to do. I want you to sit down. So now, if you can do this, when you get home, I want you to open your Quran. Okay? Alhamdulillah Akbar. Open your what? Quran. Asghar, open your Quran. In kullu nafsin lama, you open your what? Fatimatu Zahra, you open your what? Al-Mu'minin Aisha, you open your what? You put it. Sheikh Ammar, you what? I want you, when you open the Quran, look at it this way. The page that is on your right, see, on your right, this page on the right, always and always and always and always and always is odd number. It's always what? The one on the left, always is what? You get that? So that's why when you give me a number, I say, no, that's not it. So when a person gives you, like let's say right now, who can give me some? Give me any ayah. Sheikh Ammar. Kullu nafsin dha'iqatul maut came in different places. Sheikh Ammar. Give me another ayah. Wa ilayna turja'un. That is in Surah Al-Anbiya. You see, he gave us to show that that's the one I'm on. You see, kullu nafsin dha'iqatul maut. Wa nabluukum bish-sharri wal khayri fitna. If somebody will tell me right now, that is page, whatever page, it says like 320 or 317 or 319. I don't even have to think about it. I just have to say, no, that's not right. That's wrong. Why? Because that page is supposed to be what? Even. So giving me odd number will never solve the problem. So I want you all to focus on that. Nothing but that. Get that shot. The right one is always this. Left one is always that. So when we move next month, that's what I want you all to do for me. Sheikh Ammar. Remember as they say, from Anbiya to Nas, right? Welcome. You get some from Food Line?
Yeah.
Fresh? Huh? What did you memorize from where to where? From Nas to Islam. I want you to do the whole manual for me by the time I come next month. By this month, yeah, this month. You can do it. It's too much. I don't want a mistake though. I want it like that. You to Isra too, right? Can you get your for me? Yeah, get that. Knock it down. Knock it down. Feel me? Okay? Yeah, Alhamdulillah Akbar. We get that right? Okay, who has question before we close? Now I gave you some. I don't want to overburden, I don't want to give you too much now. I gave you some that I want you to focus on. So next time when I come, I'm going to give you that so that you can start working on it. So whenever we come, the first hour, we're going to do this. The second hour, we're going to do this. Third, we're going to do that until inshallah, at the end of this year, I'm going to show you what we will be able to achieve and the benefit of what you're going to achieve and also how that will help you tremendously in your life. Not only in this life, when you meet Allah also. Not only in the Islamic environment, even when you're in a non-Muslim environment. Get that? In kullu nafsin, al-mu'minin, zahrabu. Do you have questions? Who has questions? No question, right? It's all right. Alhamdulillah. You go and play basketball? Or is soccer? When you play soccer, make sure you come. Okay? Come do some Zidane style for you. You know Zidane style? Okay, you're gonna come do some Zidane style. If you play NBA basketball, don't call me because I'm 0 in. I don't know how to do it. We're gonna fail if we put you in. Okay? Okay? So we get that for the for this month, right? Okay. Hey. Now? Inshallah? We get the plan? Okay, so next time, by the time we come, you're going to have it ready.
Make sure you tell Maurice.
Okay? So that's what we're going to do. And also, you see, when I come and sit there, we're going to start right away. Don't review it in front of me. Don't say, let me wait until then. You see what we're going to do? You have to review it every day. Take your time. Review this every day. You want to have your memorization like concrete, right? We want to have that concrete memorization? Then do what we put forward for you. Do it every day. Do it every day. This, along with whatever you do. This is only 11 pages. That's why I told them, open that 11th page. The 11th page, it's only 11. See? If you can do 5 in the morning, 5 in the morning. 5 in the evening. That's it. The 11th page is just like, 2 ayat is done. So you don't even have to worry much about that. So what I want you all to do is that whenever you do it, you make sure you do it every in the morning and after the morning. By the time I come here, when I sit, you're going to see if you will make a single mistake. And after that, we're going to move. So we all done? Agree upon? You agree upon this, right? Okay, so make sure, inshallah, you give it to me next time. May Allah bless all of you. I'm not going to hold you. Since we get the plan now, we're going to start moving. Okay? And make sure, if I have said something in here, or today, or yesterday, that I wrote it for you, try to memorize it also. Okay? Alhamdulillah, as-salah. Get that? You're going to play soccer or basketball. Only 2 sports. Other than that, don't invite me. Soccer and martial art. Okay? Y'all want to be like Bruce Lee? Y'all want to know Bruce Lee? Y'all know Bruce Lee?
I know him.
You know him? Where did you meet him? He died before you. Where did you see him? You heard of him, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Inshallah, thank you so much for being with us. In kullu nafsin lama. You ready for next month? Or for this month, sorry? You ready? Zahra'u. al-Mu'minin Aisha, you ready? Al-Abdi. Y'all ready? Aywa kalam azim. So inshallah, we're going to move next.